I'm returning my S23 Ultra. Now, some of you are going to be surprised by this. Some of you may not. Now, you know what's funny? I just did a video early this week about my biggest problems with the S23 Ultra. And it's funny how people just get so emotional over a piece of technology. I just think it's comical. Get into the comment section and want to berate me because I had all of these negative things to say about the device. And it's funny how, like, my opinion is like I'm a content creator. I have the device. I've had experiences with the device, like any other content creator. There's things about the phone, well, most phones that I really like, and there's things that I don't like most people. There's nobody that's gonna like everything about a phone. There's always gonna be things they don't like. But it's funny when people express their opinions in the negative, and if it's not all positive, people get super emotional and want to get down into the comment section and come at me. Don't bother me. You don't like the video, you could thumbs it down. That's your prerogative. I'm always going to be open and I'm going to be honest with my opinions. This is my opinion based on my experience with the device. If there's things about this device I don't like, then I have every right to voice that opinion. And it doesn't matter if you like it or not. Now, I do appreciate those that have given me a thumbs up. There's more people that enjoyed the video that didn't enjoy it. I appreciate you and I respect you. Now, I'm not looking for everybody to agree with everything I say about a device. You know, we can agree to disagree. When I watch other content, creators, and I watch their videos, there are things they say that I don't necessarily agree with. But when I sit back and think about it, I'm saying to myself, well, this is their opinion based on their experience. Who am I to say that they're wrong? Unless it's something specifically they got wrong, then that's different. But most time I don't leave a comment. I'll just watch it. If I really like the video, I'll leave a thumbs up. If I don't like it, I don't do nothing. I just go on to the next video. I don't want to hamper or hurt anybody's chances of their video getting more, getting more attention. So I don't go around just giving a person a thumb down on their video because I don't like what they said about a device. I don't do that. I mean, they really just gotta just be saying a whole lot of stuff that's absolutely just wrong. And I'm not talking about wrong as far as how they feel about the device, because everybody feels the way they feel. Everybody uses their device differently. I really like this device, but it's just it should be better. My experience with this device has not been as great as I thought it would be. I thought I'd be like Google and I over this device. Now, I was initially, but then I started noticing a whole lot of problems. Now, it could be that I got a bad device. It's possible. That's why I tell people they shouldn't go around saying a device is just terrible because they've had a bad experience with it. Doesn't mean everybody is having the same experience. That means that's your experience. And every now and then you're going to get a bad device. Samsung's not going to get it right all the time. There always going to be some bad ones that slip through the cracks. It is what it is. So let me tell you the reason why I'm returning this S23 Ultra, okay? First is the performance. The performance has not been consistent. It's disappointed me, okay? Sometime when I'm scrolling on YouTube, it literally, the screen will not scroll. I'll just be doing this and the screen is not moving. And that's not because I'm holding the screen down like this. No, I'm talking about like this and I'm scrolling with thumb and the screen won't move. Okay. When I'm watching videos on this, I'm constantly seeing glitches. Like it's not smooth. The whole video is not smooth with no issues. It's like there's always little slight glitches throughout when I'm watching content. I don't like that. I don't want to be dealing with that. That's annoying for me. I notice little things like that. Okay. Now, for some weird reason too, this video app, this is Samsung's video app, it won't even work. And I That's crazy. I try to use it. It just goes right out. See? It won't even work. I can't even use it. And I like using that because sometimes if I want to listen, if I want to watch a video and want to listen to it, I have the option to have it set up where the screen can be off, but I can still listen to the video. I don't have any other. Now I do got other things on here. I got UPlayer on here that I put on here, and I got MX Player, and I've been using those for a while now. The UPlayer I use a lot because I could actually get more volume out of the device if I need to. Now the MX Player don't have that option, but so I go back and forth between the two, but I'm still getting all these glitches and I don't like it. Okay, so performance is a problem. Now also, sometime, say if I go into something and I swipe to come back out to the home screen, sometime there's a delay. Like, I wasn't getting none of this stuff from my Note 20 Ultra. None of that. I didn't have any performance issues with the Note 20 Ultra at all. My main issue with the Note 20 was just the battery. The battery just wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. But this thing with performance, I'm just not happy with the performance with this device. I'm just not. Next thing, the 45-watt charging. Listen, this thing takes about an hour and 13 minutes to fully charge from 5%, or I'll say from 3%. An hour and 13 minutes, that should not be. When with my S20 Ultra that has the same battery capacity, same 45-watt super fast charging, I can charge that phone from 3% in under an hour. Now, just to prove it, let me show it to you right now. All right, y'all, let me show you real quick that these charging speeds are not the same. You got the S20 Ultra, 5,000 milliamp hour battery, 45-watt super fast charging, okay? The S23 Ultra, 5,000 milliamp hour battery, also 45-watt super fast charger, supposedly. So, both of these are at 3%. 3% battery life, all right? So I'm going to plug the S20 in first, and you're going to see how long it takes to fully charge from 3%. Now, I hope you can see that. 59 minutes from 3%. 59 minutes, okay? That's what I'm used to. Either 58 or 59, 45 watt, 5,000 milliamp hour battery. This is a 45 watt charging brick that I'm using, okay? You see that right there for yourself. 58 minutes until full. It's already at 4%. Let's plug in this S23 Ultra. 3%. Look at this. An hour and 13 minutes. How, y'all tell me, how is that possible? 3%. You see 3% battery life. How is it that both of these supposedly have 45 watt super fast charging and this charges faster than this? How? Now, could I have a bad unit? It is possible, but it's crazy because that should not happen. This should not take no hour and 13 minutes, and this take under an hour, and they both have the same battery capacity and both supposed to have 45 watt super fast charging. Okay, that's crazy. So you saw it for yourself. All right, S20 Ultra, S23 Ultra, you're getting faster charging speeds on the S20 Ultra. Now, for those of you who didn't believe me, you see it for yourself. So you've seen it. You've seen it for yourself. I used a 45 watt charger. I put the charger in both the S20 Ultra and the Note 20 Ultra, and you see that the S20 Ultra both was at 3%, and the S20 Ultra charges faster, 59 minutes. For this, an hour and 13 minutes. That's crazy. That should not happen. Next thing also that I'm disappointed, very disappointed with this device, is the face unlock is trash. There's no consistency with the face unlock. I don't like that. Okay, I got so many other phones that give me excellent face unlock. Let me show you a couple of them real quick. Mi 11 Ultra, excellent face unlock. OnePlus 8 Pro, excellent face unlock. Vivo X Note, excellent face unlock. Asus ROG 5, excellent face unlock. Redmi Note 11 Pro, excellent face unlock. All of these devices have excellent face unlock. Please help me to understand why the S23 Ultra, calling itself an Ultra, is 3 years newer than the Note 20 Ultra, and I still get the same crappy face unlock. That is unacceptable. I don't like that, and you shouldn't like it either. Flossie Carter even talks about this when he does his videos. When he did his video on the S24 Ultra, it was still crap. Don't like that. Has not been improved. I was expecting a dramatic improvement from the Note 20 Ultra, and there is none. Next, why no improvements with the animations? Okay. When I use this phone and you see me go in an app and come out, I don't know if you can see the smoothness. Just super silky smooth. And also, when you talk about animations, these transition effect, there you go. See how I can do this? Why can't Samsung give us that? That would be an improvement. Different transition effects. That would be nice. I like that. And you get a bunch of them on this Vivo. Get a bunch of them. I like that. But nothing like that with your Samsung device. All right. Also, next, no different animations with the fingerprint sensor. You get the same old boring animation and you get no haptic feedback. See this nice? Show you this nice animation. I have another phone that even give you a more dramatic one. But you can change this. You know, if you go into the settings, they give you at least 4 or 5 different options to change it. But I like that, and you get haptic feedback with it. Okay, I know you really can't see it. It's not as dramatic on my Mi 11 Ultra as it is on my Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro. It's way more dramatic. But even on the Vivo, you can see it. And you can change it on here. You get different animations. You also get haptic feedback. Same thing with the OnePlus 8 Pro. You can change the fingerprint animations. Nothing like that with the Samsung. I don't like that. That's really not really an improvement from the Note 20 Ultra, even though the fingerprint sensor as a whole is a little bit better. It's a lot better than the Note 20 Ultra. I will give Samsung credit for that. Next, no improvement with the wireless charging. 50-watt wireless charging, 67-watt wireless charging, 30-watt wireless charging. This is the only one that don't have wireless charging because gaming phones usually don't have wireless charging, except for ROG, latest device. They finally put wireless charging on there, which I think is cool. But all of these devices have wireless charging and have faster wireless charging than that of the S23 Ultra that's calling itself an Ultra. How can you call yourself an Ultra and you don't have Ultra battery charging speeds? And the same wireless charging has been constant in the last 6 or 7 Samsung devices. And I'm talking about the premium devices. I don't expect the budget they definitely don't give the budget phones wireless charging. But even, they don't even give the mid-range phones wireless charge. The only wireless charge you get is in a premium device, but we're not getting premium wireless charging speeds. Okay? Minimum, it should be 50. Just like with the wired, it should be 60, 65 minimum. 45 is not cutting it. 80-watt wired, 67-watt wired, 30-watt wired, 67-watt wired. All faster. Wired, 67 watts. This is a budget device. Okay, Redmi Note 11 Pro, 67-watt wired charging. $250 phone. And you mean to tell me a $1,200 phone, 15-watt wireless charging? That's a disgrace. Next, reverse wireless charging, 4.5 watts. That's a complete joke. Okay? That's a joke. Let me show you something. Reverse wireless charger on the S20 Ultra. Do you know what it is? 9 watts. So why would you drop it from 9 watts down to 4.5? Why? That's what I'm talking about. Samsung takes one step forward and take 2 steps back. Makes no sense. Next, 8 gigs of RAM. Once again, 12 gigs of RAM. 12 gigs of RAM. Vivo X Note. 12 gigs of RAM. Mi 11 Ultra. 12 gigs of RAM. Note 20 Ultra. 12 gigs of RAM. OnePlus 8 Pro. Okay? Now, this one, the ROG doesn't have 12 gigs. I don't believe. But all of these other devices, all premium devices, have more RAM than the S23 Ultra. And I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe the one that came before this one had 12 gigs, the S22. So how do you go from 12 down to 8? Why? It's ridiculous. Note 20 Ultra, 12 gig standard. Next, this is a big one, and I don't care who likes it or who don't like it. Tell me, to get over it, move on. No. Expandable storage. Now, the thing that's funny about that is that I remember, and I don't know if all you remember, but with the Note 5, it was the first time Samsung took away expandable storage from a device. And it was a big outcry, which is something that people don't do anymore because I guess people just don't care what Samsung does. They'll accept anything at this point. But there was an outcry over the removal of expandable storage on the Note 5. The very following year, Samsung put it back. It was on the Note 7, the Note 8, the Note 9, the Note 10 Plus, Note 20 Ultra. And of course, it was on the S series of devices as well. 5 years they gave us expandable storage. Soon as they came with the S21 Ultra, now all of a sudden we're going to take that away. That's crazy. And I'm not going to lie, as much as I like this device, I was missing that expandable storage. Now I know everybody don't need it, but I'd rather need it and not, I'd rather need it and not have it than have it not. I mean, I'd rather have it if I need it. Because if I fill up the internal storage, I could just go right to the SD card. Especially if I'm a vlogger, I like to shoot a lot of videos, take a lot of pictures, store a lot of movies and different type of content on my device. I can do it without having to buy a higher variant. Like basically with this, 256 gigs is not enough for me. With this, now this is my Note 20. I got 2 Note 20 Ultras. Okay, I'm using one to film this, and I have this one here. This is the 512 gig variant. So you got that, and then you add a SD card with a terabyte, which is what's in here. So now I got a terabyte and a terabyte plus 512 gigs of storage on this device alone. So basically unlimited storage. And that's getting your money's worth out of a device that is this expensive. This was a $1,300 device, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, $1,300 because the S20 Ultra was $1,400. So this was $1,300. So at least you still got expandable storage with this. But with the S21 and the 22 and the 23 and the 24, no expandable storage. And I believe if there has been an outcry, it would definitely be back on these devices, but people just don't care anymore. They just figure I'll accept whatever Samsung gives me. No, I'm going to talk about it because I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I know these other devices up here, besides this one, don't have it, but that doesn't mean I like it. I still don't like it, period. Or if you could put a headphone jack and expandable storage on a budget phone that costs $200, between $200 and $250, why can't you put it on a premium device that costs over $1,000? It just doesn't make any sense. And nobody should like that. You should complain. Look, I got a lot of people that come in my comment section on my channel, and they keep telling me they getting the Note 9. Why? Because it has expandable storage and because it has a headphone jack. Those are a lot of the reasons what they give me why they purchased that device. And that device is ancient compared to these newer devices. It's ancient. You know, for me, it's usable, but it's not usable on a regular basis because it's just a little too slow. For me, with the software is just a little too old. Okay? But I still love the device, but it's just a little too old. I wouldn't pick it up. Not me. I'm not saying other people shouldn't pick it up, but it's just a little bit too old for me. But still, that's something that should be on these premium devices. And I'm speaking for all these devices except the Note 20 Ultra, which has expandable storage. Number 9 and final thing, no innovation. This is innovation. That's innovation. Right there. A little display on the back of the device that can, get notifications, control your media, get your phone calls, take pictures, shoot video. That's innovation. Samsung has not done any type of innovation on their devices in years. Years. And it's ridiculous. And I don't get it. I don't get it. $1,200 now with the S24, $1,300 plus tax. So you're looking at close to $1,400 for a device, and there's no innovation. What, AI? Really? No. That's not really innovation to me. AI, that's all software. Give me something other than that. How about giving me an alert slider like you have on the Vivo? What about giving me an IR blaster? How about that? I mean, that helps out. I just, look, let me say this again. This is a really good device, okay? The things that I really liked about this device is the fingerprint sensor is so much better than the Note 20 Ultra. I'll give it that. Only because I got to basically put my finger on that and hold it for a second, which you don't have to do with this. I love the display. It's larger and it's brighter. It's more vivid. I like that. The speakers are considerably louder than of the Note 20 Ultra, but it's not like these speakers are not good. They're good, but these speakers are clearly better. The cameras are clearly better than the Note 20 Ultra, but not so much better like they blow these cameras away. Not in my opinion, no. These cameras on the Note 20 Ultra can still hold its own, trust me. And these night photos are not all that impressive to me. They're just not. I mean, like I said, could be the unit, I don't know, but the night photos did. I have other phones that shoot better night photos than this device. They're just okay. The battery life was probably the biggest reason why I decided to get this device, okay? Because I can get literally over 8 hours of screen on time. Now, with the Note 20 Ultra, I can get over 5 hours, which is still good. But, some days I get battery anxiety and I got to charge this in the middle of the day, which I can still just do because I get breaks in the middle of my day at my job. I'm not at my job all day like most people. I get like a good 4.5 hour break. So I could come home, pop it on the charger, go right back to up to 100%. No big deal. But the battery life probably is the thing that impressed me the most about this device. And also, I will miss to some degree, not a big, I'll adjust, but the 120 hertz at Quad HD resolution is something you cannot get on the Note 20 Ultra. But overall, still love this device. The display is great. It's not as bright, but it's still great. The performance, no problems with the performance. This phone is still fast, and it's not that far behind of the S23 Ultra. It's just not. As you can see, it opens up apps pretty quickly. I really didn't, it wasn't a performance issue with this phone for me. It was the battery. I just wanted something that was just a little bit faster when it came to the battery. But performance on the Note 20 Ultra is still great. The display is great. Everything else works fine. The speakers are really good. Face unlock is still trash. Sometimes the fingerprint sensor can get on my nerves. But the cameras are really great to me, in my opinion. And I love the fact that I got that expandable storage, because that's something I actually was missing, from having the S23 Ultra. S Pen exactly the same. They haven't made any improvements to the S Pen. So for me, I'm gonna go back to my Note 20 Ultra. Unless when this drops, the price drops considerable, like it drops down to maybe 500 or something or less, maybe I'll reacquire it. But right now, I just don't see the real huge leap between the two. Initially I did, but with the performance being so bad on this, with the glitches and the delays when I'm scrolling, like I can't tolerate that. Performance gotta be on point. Okay, like I said, I love the speakers, love the battery life, but that performance, that's a huge deal. You get bad performance on a device, you got to get rid of it. You have to, because that's everything. You're constantly interacting with the device, and if it has bad performance, you're not going to enjoy the experience. That is the experience I'm getting with the S23 Ultra. That's why I'm returning it. I'm just going to go back to my Note 20 Ultra, and maybe I'll just get something else altogether. Maybe the OnePlus 12, maybe the Vivo Fold. That's something I do want, is the Vivo Fold. But I may check out the OnePlus 12, because I'm definitely impressed with that phone. Now, when I had the OnePlus 11, I really liked that device a lot. I know some content creators crapped on that phone, but I really liked that phone a lot. Only thing I didn't like about it was no wireless charging. That was my biggest issue. But the cameras on that device blew me away. The battery life was great. The speakers blew me away. The performance was super fast and smooth, like all OnePlus devices are. That's why I still have this OnePlus 8 Pro. Okay? Excuse me. But the lack of wireless charging, the lack of any IP rating at all, stuff like that hurt that phone. But with the OnePlus 12, you do get an IP rating, even though to me, OnePlus is just being cheap. It should be 68 or at least 67, but it's 65. Just splash. No, it should be at least 60 IP67. But this is not a review for the OnePlus 12 because I don't have it, but I'm going to get that eventually. And you get way better charging speeds on that device than you do on the S23 Ultra. 80 watt wired, 50 watt wireless, and 10 watt reverse. And you're dealing with this mediocre 45, 15, and 4.5? Seriously? And you're saying you're an Ultra? What's so Ultra about this device? I mean, seriously. Now, I can't get 2-day battery life. I'm good for a full day, can get, into the next day, but I'm really good for a full day. Vivo, 2 days. Mi 11 Ultra, day and a half. OnePlus, day and a half. ROG, 2 days. You're calling yourself an Ultra, you should be able to get 2 days battery with moderate to heavy. Now, light, probably 2 days, but I'm not a light user. I'm a moderate to heavy. I should be able to get 2 days. I can't get 2 days with this device. So those are all the reasons why I'm returning my S23 Ultra. it it is what it is. It just got to go back. I just don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth with this device. I'm just not. So I'm going back to my Note 20 Ultra, and I'm going to be enjoying that expandable storage like I was before. So I'm looking forward to that. That's why I kept this. I just don't get rid of my phones because I never know. Could be a phone I get and I end up not really liking it and I'll send it back. That's why I like the renewed with Amazon, because you have up to 30 days. If you don't like it, you can send it back, get your full refund. And this is a Samsung renewed, and that's why I'm sending this back. So, because I still got about 3 weeks to send this back, and it's going back this week. All right, so thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Hope everybody out there is staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.